and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing my April TBR. Another month of not knowing what month we're in. Yay! So for this month I'm not using a wheel or a spinny or roller. I picked them out myself. And the way I picked them out was I wanted to do books that I started, did not finish, series that I've started, have not finished, things that I've not finished. Because what they say, April showers bring May flowers? Spring cleaning? I don't know. Someone more clever than me will figure something out. Anyway, that's not me. What is me is a girl with a stack of books sitting in front of her who wants to talk about them. So let's do it. The first book on this month's TBR is She Is Haunting. I started this book. I got 42 pages in. Not bad, not bad. I do think, look at the inside. She's pretty. She is. I don't really know why I stopped reading. Wish I could tell you why, but I can't. But I can tell you the blurb. When Jade Nugan arrives in Vietnam to visit her estranged father, she has one goal: survive 5 weeks, pretend to be a happy family in the French colonial house Pretending to be a happy family, the French colonial house is restoring. She's always lied to fit in, so if she's straight enough, Vietnamese enough, American enough, she can get out of Vietnamese. Guys, I can't read right now. Let me start over. When Jade Nugan arrives in Vietnam to visit her estranged father, she has one goal: survive 5 weeks pretending to be a happy family in the French colonial house is restoring. She's always lied to fit in, so if she's straight enough, Vietnamese enough, American enough, she can get out with the college money he promised. But the house has other plans. Night after night, Jade wakes up paralyzed. The walls exude a thrumming sound while bugs leave their legs and feelers in places they don't belong. She finds curious traces of her ancestors in the gardens they once tended. And at night, Jade can't ignore the ghost of beautiful bride who leaves cryptic warnings. Don't eat. Neither Ba nor her sweet sister Lily believe anything strange is happening. With help from a delinquent girl, Jade tries to expose the house's rotten appetite. A home, after all, is only as powerful as those who breathe new life into its bones. And this one is determined never to be abandoned again. I don't know why I stopped reading it, so it sounds like something I would like. A little bit of a horror, thriller, YA. I don't know. What was I thinking? I wish I could tell you. I don't know. This is on the TBR to be finished. It's a YA, so honestly, realistically, it should not take me that long to finish. So I really don't know why. Oh, the exclusive chapter. Anyway, so I'm excited to get to this. I love a little horror thriller book. I don't have many on my shelf despite my enjoyment of them. But this is one of them. So, on to the next book. I know why I stopped this one. This is The Last City. This is the second book. Yeah. Second book in the Last She series by H.J. Nelson. It's a third book out. I don't know if there's one past that. In this book, I made it to page 54. And I can tell you exactly why I stopped. This is a Wattpad book, and it is written as such. And I just was very torn on it. The first book was kind of the same vibe, but I enjoyed it a lot more. Let me explain kind of where we're going. So we have Ara, who's our main character, and in the world we're set in, should I grab the first book? I shouldn't I? Dang nabbit, I'll be right back. I'm back with The Last She. Let me do this like a real book talker. In The Last She, we follow Ara, who thinks that she is the last woman on the planet. There's a disease that swept through and it killed both genders, however, it was really detrimental to women, so it killed a lot of women. So Ara was separated from her father and she's kind of on her own. She ends up getting picked up by a group of men, one of which is Caden, who kind of ends up being like their love interest. But the reason I stopped reading this is because there was just like one scene that I was like, I've tried to read this twice now, and I've stopped twice. Because there's just a point in Wattpad books where, or books like this, that's like, okay, well, this is enough. Like, this is enough of this happening. I'm kind of tired. Like, this doesn't even make sense. And it's like, I have an issue now with books that also very much are like, she's the chosen and she's so special and she's so unique and she has everything going for her and she's also hot and really secretly powerful and also the hot man loves her type of thing. You know what I mean? You know what? Romantasy books. Which there is a romantasy book on here. Just ignore it. Ignore my comment for this, for that, okay? But I don't know, it just feels like They're like, let's see how can we raise a stake? Let's do that. Type of book. And I know it sounds like I don't want to keep reading it, but I do. I love an apocalyptic book. And I'm going to read it, I swear. Will I enjoy the read? I don't know. And that, depending on how I end up liking this book, will depend on if I buy the the third book or not. But from what I've been talking about, after saying it out loud, it doesn't really seem like I like it. Which is really a turn of events for me, because I didn't mind the first book. But I guess we'll see about the second book. I'm not really convincing right now, am I? Next is another book that I'm not sure I want to read all that much, but I have. It's Wisteria. I've read Belladonna and Foxglove, which are the first and second books in the series. I don't have the covers. They're put away because I display them on my shelf without them. I think that without them, they're way cuter. Like, that's way cuter. I will tell you the reason why I'm hesitant to read Wisteria. The first book, Belladonna, we follow Signa in basically death. I think she sees him when she almost kills herself a lot. She takes Belladonna and then kind of goes on the brink of death, and then he shows up. Anyway, so the first book was about that. The second book was like half about that, half not. The half not was the half that I did not really enjoy. The third book continues the not story. With her cousin Blythe, I looked at him. It's Blythe's story. And I don't really care about Blythe's story. I cared about Signa's story, which is why I started it. So the reason I haven't read it is because I don't really care to read Blythe's story, which once again, it sounds like I really don't want to read it. And maybe I'm right. Maybe I'll read it and I won't like it. You'll find out in a month-ish, or if I make a reading recap video for it or not. But I don't know. I feel like such a hater because I am one. I think I have one of these books signed. Yeah. I haven't signed it. I liked it enough to get it signed. I think I pre-ordered it and it came signed. I'm just hesitant to read it just because I'm not sure I really care about Blythe's story, but I will read it. Same with The Last City. Next up is another one I started. This one has a second book, and I know it's going to be so good. I got 74 pages into it. It's The Firekeeper's Daughter. I stopped reading this because it's kind of a heavier read emotionally. So I just wasn't really in a place where I felt that I could read. Oh, it's signed too! I got this one from the airport, I remember now, because it was signed. When tragedy strikes, whiplash, here's the blurb. When tragedy strikes in your own home, when death and deception are all around every corner, how far are you willing to go to fix what's broken? I don't know, I think this is going to be good. I just was not really emotionally in a place where I felt comfortable being able to read it. So I'm hoping that, this month I feel pretty good, so I feel like I'll be okay to read something that's a little bit heavier. Next up, Bridge Kingdom. I got 28 pages into it. My man. 28 pages into this. This is a romantasy. This is a book talk darling. I think the reason why this one's going to be more okay than the other one is because there's like 7 books in the series, 8 books in the series, but there's like 2 per character, I think. I don't really know, man. I'm just kind of yapping. A warrior princess trained in isolation, Lara is driven by 2 certainties. The first, that King Aaron of the Bridge Kingdom is her enemy, and the second is that she'll be the one to bring him to his knees. The only route through a storm-ravaged world, the Bridge Kingdom of Ithacana, enriches itself and deprives its rivals, including Lara's homeland. So when she's sent there as a bride under the guise of peace, Lara's prepared to do whatever it takes to fracture its impenetrable defenses and the defenses of its king. Yet as she infiltrates her new home and gains deeper understanding of the war to possess the bridge, Lara begins to question whether she's the hero or the villain. As her feelings for her husband transform from frosty hostility to fierce passion, Lara must choose which kingdom she'll save and which she'll destroy. Like I said, book talk darling, so all the people love this, and they redid the covers, and I think it was indie to now it's traditionally published, and like I said, the next one is, I think, releasing. Honestly, I don't know what book it is, like 7 or 8, and I think I have the first 3. Let's see, I think I stopped reading this because I wanted to read Little Women, and then I stopped reading Little Women. We'll just move on. Next is Paladin's Faith. I was in London and I bought these. I went to London and bought these. Part of the reason I was there. I also ran a 10K, but that's also was a trip for my graduations because I got my master's. But I thoroughly enjoyed this series. I have the first, second, third book. This is the 4th book. The 5th book is not out yet. In this book, we follow 7 paladins who the god they used to worship, was killed. And so they went berserk, killed some people. They all have trauma. and we kind of follow them. I don't know where this book is going to go because we kind of wrapped up the storyline, the first arc storyline within the first 2 books, and then this was like a little novella. So I'm not really sure where this arc is going to go because the first arc is done. But this is the 3rd book, so we're following our 4th paladin. I think there's going to be 3 more, and I'm really excited. I really enjoyed these series. This series, I feel like it blends action. These ones were like murder mystery, thriller, and there's a little bit of romance, a little bit of spice, and I enjoyed reading it. So I'm excited to get through this one. And also the pastels, you've got to be kidding me. They're way prettier than the US covers. So I will be getting the 5th book whenever that comes out in the UK edition. The last 2 in this, I included both of these because I have them both. The other ones, I don't have the rest of the books in the series, or otherwise they would have been included. And that is the 2nd and 3rd book in the Bone Shard Daughter series. Or I guess, The Drowning Empire, excuse me. I read the 1st book last year. I had a pretty good time. I like the characters that we have. I thought Lynn was a pretty cool character. I like the little twists that were happening. I am scared because I've heard a lot of people say that you get in the 2nd book slump. Yeah, the 2nd book is not as good as the 3rd book, allegedly, according to the people on the internet, which it's like 50-50 if you can trust them or not. So I've just been really nervous that I'm going to get the 2nd book slump, and then I'm not going to want to read the 3rd book because this one wasn't that good. But then they say it does kind of come back in the 3rd book, so maybe I'll be more motivated to read the 3rd book after reading the 2nd book. Or maybe I'm just delusional. That's valid too. I am excited to attempt to read these books. Or at least look at them on my TBR shelf for a month. Maybe I will. And maybe I'll finish the series, and everyone will be happy. And you can get a review for them. If not, please don't. Please don't call me out. Please. Anyway, we'll see how this month goes. We'll see how it goes. I've been really struggling with reading my physical books. I just would rather listen to them. And then when I listen to audiobooks, I'm like, well, why would I listen to the audiobook of a book I own? I own it, so I should just read it. And then I just listen to a different audiobook that has nothing to do with any of the books on my TBR. Because why would I listen to a book I own? Because I could just read the book I own. And then it's an endless cycle of me just listening to books that I don't own. Oh no! Anyway, here's my TBR for the month. We're stoked. We're excited. We're going to read them. And we are going to finish the ones that I sound like I don't want to finish, because I do want to finish them. I swear. I swear I do. But I'm excited. So stay tuned. Okay.